Hello lovelies, Kelsey and Lovelady here with day 6 of my personal life vlog. I apologize for my attire, but it's laundry day and I forgot that I was washing my pajama shirt, so I'm wearing my athleisure shirt for my pajama for probably just tonight, but and obviously I'm wearing my pajamas because I just kind of felt the need to get into them quickly today. In terms of how the day went, it was kind of a roller coaster of ups and downs in the morning. I know that this is supposed to be a vlog about my personal life, but I do want to respect the personal life of my family members who, I might be talking about in this vlog. What I'll say is that my mom was in a rough mindset this morning. And I don't think I completely know the real reason as to why, because I've seen her only once like this before, and what she said was the problem is not the problem under these circumstances. So something else is bothering her, and she's probably not going to tell me what it is, because, she's the mom and she tries to hide scary or sad stuff from the kids. I can't make her talk to me. She needs to talk to somebody though, and I don't know who she really can talk to, I guess, is the way to put it. So I'm a little worried about her. I also got into a little bit of a standoff with my grandfather that was rooted in what I've been talking about for the last couple of days. He just doesn't say please when he asks for things. And it just really got me today. And I said a bunch of shit, is what I'll say. And there's a part of me that regrets what I said only because I worry about other people's opinions of me, like, did I let a bunch of people down with my behavior? And then another part of me was like, this was your truth that you have been holding in for a long ass time, and you just couldn't hold it in any longer. So that was kind of how the day went. What I want to talk to you guys about today is not really what happened in the day. It's just a random mood that tends to strike me at the weirdest of times. Again, I'm going to be respectful to other people in my life and their personal lives about their relationships to and with me. But out of nowhere today, I started really thinking about my past when it comes to love and romantic relationships. Like I said, these feelings just pop up randomly for no good reason sometimes. Most of the time, I'm fine. And I've got too much shit to think about to focus on my romantic past. But every so often, and maybe there's more of a correlation that I'm not seeing, but every so often, I just get bombarded with memories. I experienced my first real heartbreak about a year and maybe a month ago or 2 months ago, depending upon it. It was a heartbreak that kind of came in two parts. And every so often, memories of that time just pop into my head for no good reason. And I think about the times when I was the happiest and who I was with during that time. And I don't understand how that person could not be for me. And why everything shook out the way that it did. It doesn't make any sense to me in my head. And I should be over it. I know. It's like you're supposed to get over a heartbreak within something like 2 weeks or something. But I have never experienced this before. A lot of people have experienced their first heartbreak when they were in high school. You know, with that asshole senior that was dating freshmen for whatever goddamn reason. But I didn't experience that in the age that's normal for that experience. I experienced it much later in life. And I was a wreck for a long time. For a really long time. And some people didn't get it until I explained to them this. I've never experienced this before, so I'm learning as this is happening. When some of my older friends have said, like, wow, by the time that I was your age, I had been through 3 serious relationships and had just met my spouse. So I'm experiencing this much later in life. And like I said, for the most part, normally I'm fine. But every so often, it just slaps me in the face. And I don't understand. There are things I still don't understand about what happened and why. And what could I have done differently? For those of you who don't know, I'm a hopeless romantic. So love has kind of always been a life goal of mine. I know, bad feminist. But yeah. And because I've had such bad luck in that department, I seriously worry as to why. And is the future I want going to happen? And when? Because honestly, I know you shouldn't compare yourself to others, but, you know, I have a lot of friends who are my age who are, you know, getting engaged and getting married and starting families, and I don't necessarily want to have kids, but, you know, they're getting engaged and getting married, and I want that. I do want that. it's hard to not ask myself, what am I not doing right to get that? Recently, and by recently what I mean is within the last 6 months, basically, when I have thought about my previous experiences with love and romance, what I feel like is that I am the backup plan. Because what seems to happen is, I'm sorry, guys, I gotta grab a tissue. Sorry about that. I just really didn't want to gross you guys out. So that's the thing you want to do on a Saturday evening. Watch a privileged ass white girl ugly cry. I don't know. But what I was saying was, in the last 6 months, what I have felt like when it comes to my relationship history is that I am the backup plan. What I mean by that is that I will like a guy, and if I tell him, he usually says, like, I don't feel for you that way, or I'm already with somebody. And then, when I stopped seeing that person on a relatively regular basis, whatever that was, whether it was like once a week in class, or twice a week, or 3 times a week, or, whatever. When I stopped seeing that person on a regular basis, and I, like, move on to a next part of my life, 2 years after that, they get into contact with me. And, they do what they do. They try to say, I regret not going with you at the time, or we could have been cool together, or something a lot less gallant and romantic. And the reason why they do that is because I embed in their memories as a really nice person who, obviously I liked them, so I had their attention, and I seemed like a loyal person, a truthful person, because I am all of those things. I can't lie for shit, so I'm always going to be honest. And loyalty is very important to me, so I'm always going to be loyal. And they recognize that, and it's like, y'all know the movie My Best Friend's Wedding, where they make that pact where if they both aren't married by the time they're 30, they will get married? What it feels like is, picture that movie, only instead of having them both have this deal, she tells this guy, hey, I like you. He doesn't feel the same way. But in his head, he says to himself, she's actually a cool person who would probably make a good wife. If I'm not married by the time I'm 30, I'll marry her. That's what it feels like. And that is not fucking okay. I'm not a backup plan. I'm either your first choice or I'm no choice. But I want to understand why that is. Like, why am I no one's first choice? And I don't necessarily know what it is. Like, maybe some guys look at me and go, okay, she's wifey material, and I just want to have fun and, fuck around. I don't know. But it's frustrating. Because if I'm good enough for these guys to come back and say, hey, I wish I had taken my shot when I had a chance, why the fuck can't you see that when I actually give a shit about you? I don't even know what it is right now. And, you know, my logical brain says, girl, you've got too much shit going on right now. You don't need a fucking relationship on top of it. My heart feels like all of the shit that I'm going through right now would be a lot easier if I had a partner to experience it with. But, you know, with the COVID situation and my grandfather and the uncertain times that we are currently facing and the revolutions that are happening, which, you know, the revolutions are a very good thing. They're just a little scary because of how some people are reacting. Or not reacting, depending upon how you look at it. I just feel like it would be easier with someone there and by my side. And I don't know. I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling today. And it hit me like a freight train out of nowhere. So, I don't even know really what to say. Other than I'm sorry for the ugly crying you had to witness. I'm sure that was not pretty. The things I do. The things I do to try to learn something from everything that's going on around me. So, I'm going to try to have a good time for the rest of the night. Get comfortable. I don't know if I'm going to get any work done. I'm probably not. And, you know, maybe I'll watch, I don't know, P.S. I Love You to really torture myself. I don't know. But thank you for watching this video. And I hope you'll join me tomorrow.